G'day guys, and today Shorty and I are doing our tips for round 19 of the season.
Round 19 already, mate. It's ridiculous.
I was going to say offline how quick this season has gone, but I can tell you now, how quick has it gone?
Yeah, I actually kind of forgot it was round 19 already. It seriously has crept up a lot.
Just keeps finding a way, but Adelaide and Richmond start us off this week, mate. Adelaide Oval, big game for both teams.
Aren't the Tigers up and about?
They are roaring at the moment. I was going to say purring, but that's what cats do, not tigers do.
I think the Tigers will win, but just by the 7 points. And really, I think the Crows have probably had a lot going on and maybe hit a down patch. But at home, it always gets them up and about. And I think the Tigers of the past could drop a game like this, but I think they're beyond that. And I think they're a genuine top 4 threat.
Ooh, look out.
And on that basis, I think they'll be tested, but be resilient enough to win, which they may not have in past years.
Could be one for a video, mate. Tigers are a contender.
Yeah, definitely could.
Intriguing. Richmond by 17 points to mine. They got the Crows at home last year, I think by just under 10 points, thereabouts, maybe 9 points, but they've been so impressive and beaten some big scalps and being competitive with all the best teams, and they travel better than anyone, I reckon.
They do.
I think them and Hawthorn are the best teams at travelling, and I think Adelaide are going to find it tough, so I think the Tigers will be too good on this occasion.
Yeah, so
Collingwood and Carlton are the MCG, two of probably the most out of form teams at the moment.
yeah, just both are really struggling, aren't they? And I'm going to
Which team is struggling the less? Which you just
Yeah.
said. That's what I was trying to get
Collingwood
in.
will be the answer, I guess.
Unfortunately.
18-point winners here, I think, but the Blues played great footy in that second quarter against North Melbourne. Although I was
Didn't see
under the
it.
weather and on the couch and struggling, I managed to see enough of it that when they're up and about,
Yeah.
North probably switched off a little bit. They play good footy. Collingwood, what's happened to them? I didn't see that game, but they just shot.
Lost 6 in a row, I think,
Yeah, unbelievable. And that's really the game they had to win.
to be in the top 8 race.
That's right. So I think they'll get a win here, but the disappointment is always already set in.
Yeah, exactly. Collingwood by 10 points, they might tank, but pretty doubtful they will. I think they're just a bit of a better side than Carlton and going the least worst out of the two. And they have a great record against them. They haven't lost to them too much over the last 5 years or so. So they've been pretty good overall in terms of record. And I think they'll just get the job done.
Yeah.
The Western Bulldogs and Port Adelaide, Etihad Stadium. I had to think about this one.
Yeah, so did I. I've ended up going the Dogs by 3 points, but Port Adelaide are starting to play some good footy.
Yeah.
They smashed the Saints. Their good players are starting to play good footy.
Certainly.
But the Dogs are a different story at Etihad Stadium. I think they're a better side, and I think they're playing some pretty attractive footy, and I think they'll get the job done.
Hopefully. I've gone with them too, matey. Western Bulldogs by 12 points. I think Port Adelaide will certainly give them a run, which obviously you said by your margin.
Yeah.
And at Etihad, they do a really good job and generally beat a lot of teams that they play there. And Port Adelaide, they don't play as well away from home as shown by the Bombers' result, where they just won by a couple of goals. And even though Essendon have a good record against them, Port Adelaide can struggle at home. I think North got them there as well. Did North get it? No, I think it was it Port Adelaide and North won early this year, mate. It was one of the. It was a really good game.
Not really sure.
Yeah, gee, I'm struggling too. Polly was
North.
North.
Past results to you more.
Anyway, yeah, Brisbane. Well, we'll move on to the next one anyway. Brisbane Lions up against the Gold Coast at the Gabba.
I'm going to go the Gold Coast here by 12 points. I don't know, Brisbane are just in shocking form, really. They're very disappointing. I mean, their older players just aren't really pulling the load. And some younger players coming through, but look, I think Beams seems to be out for a little bit, if not season over, with that shoulder. And I'm not sure the severeness of Leuenberger, but that would hurt as well. So definitely they rely on too few. And the Gold Coast, I was surprised that they drew with the Eagles, which was very impressive without Ablett that. But they've obviously found some decent form being at the Gabba. Slightly in favour of Brisbane, but I'm going to tip Gold Coast here.
Awesome, mate. I've gone with the Coasters as well by 33 points.
Easy, mate. Easy.
Yeah, easily, but not too easily. I guess it just shows how bad Brisbane have been going. We got them pretty nicely this weekend. And they've, as you said, they've found some form. And even without Ablett, they put up a great fight against a premiership contending team at home. Yep. So they were terrific. And Brisbane are going really poorly. Dane Beam's out, possibly for the rest of the season with his shoulder wavering as well. So they'll find it tough to win. But they can at the Gabba, that's the thing. You just don't know when they'll switch it on.
I know.
Geelong and Sydney at Simmons Stadium.
I'm going the Swans here, mate.
Let's go on the Swans.
I've tipped the Swannies by 9 points. It's a very tough one because you feel we've built into some decent form, and the Swans are perhaps going in second gear despite a good showing against the Crows. Maybe fueled by more emotion rather than actual consistent form.
Yeah.
Franklin in doubt as well, so there are a couple of things that as Geelong fans will draw on, but I'm just not fully sold 100% that we are a real deal, and it's always been tough for us. Matching it with those top 4 clubs, there's always seemingly a fair difference from our best footy to theirs. So hopefully the stars align and the Swans are a bit off and we continue our good form.
That'd be nice.
But I'm going to tip the Swannies.
Yeah, I've gone us, unbelievably, mate.
Nice.
Geelong by 2 points, more or less out of an upset stanza, but Swannies haven't been in great form lately. They lost 2 in a row quite significantly as well, from memory, which never happens to Sydney. It's bad enough for them getting one of their biggest losses under Geelong Longmire, but to lose it twice in a row against great opposition, albeit, but doesn't happen to Sydney, so they usually respond. We've been in good form lately, but the reality of my tip is I'm not sold on either side, so going more out of an upset feel here, and they don't play us at Simmons too often.
Hopefully point of difference tip.
Yeah, we'll see, but I'm not confident either team I tip.
Yeah.
The next one, big game. West Coast and Hawthorn at Domain Stadium. Humongous game for top 2.
That's right.
/ top 4, more or less top 2, because West Coast are located in Perth.
They sure are, mate, and the Hawks don't want to be making this exact trip in September, do they?
Not if they can help it.
No. So I know the Eagles are 6 points clear at the moment, but the Gold Coast game underlines that you just never know what can happen. I mean, the Hawks probably more reliable. You know what you're going to get than Eagles, just slightly, because I would have locked in the Eagles quite comprehensively. I mean, if they beat the
Gold Coast by a lot.
If they beat Gold Coast, I mean, you can probably just lock away that top 2. Because to make up 2 games rather than a game and a half, you really got a 12-point turnaround, basically.
Yep.
So very important. I'm tipping the Eagles by 11 points.
He's on the Eagles bandwagon, guys.
Just a bit of a gut feel, and nothing to do with the Hawks losing on Friday. The Tigers were very good, but I just think the Eagles at home are very, very impressive. And it's never easy to travel. I know Hawthorn do it just as good as anyone, but I think the Eagles will be on the centre stage on Channel 7. It'll be a great opportunity for them.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, well, the Cats play at the same time, don't they?
Oh, well, looks like I won't be watching it.
So there you go.
I'm so calm about it.
Yeah, disappointing, I know. It's an absolute blockbuster, but...
Blockbusters for days.
Yeah, and they're few and far between, but anyway, mate, that's enough for me rattling on. What have you got?
I've gone with the Hawks, matey, by 8 points. I think they are as good as anyone rebounding back. Early on in the year, assuming the Eagles were as good as they are right now, I probably would have tipped West Coast, but on the back of that loss to Richmond, I think they're a great chance to respond. They usually do. They very rarely lose 2 in a row, and I think it's a game they almost can't lose if they want to finish top 2.
Yeah.
So, and when the whips are cracking, even though they had to win against Richmond, I think they're almost in a point where they have to win this one even more, and I think they will get the job done. The Hawks generally do, but they don't play that well at Domain Stadium, only because Fremantle and West Coast have been up the top. So, very tough.
Pivotal game.
Humongous in terms of the season. If the Hawks lose, boy.
Book your travel. Book the ticket to
Perth. Ticket to Perth, maybe.
It could be twice. Prelim and qualifying.
Yeah, it's a good point, mate. Good point. Melbourne and North Melbourne at the MCG. He's got up against the Pies, first on since 2007.
Yeah, which I like to see. I don't like seeing the D's down in the dumps too much, but yeah, it's good to see the Pies down as well.
That's why he likes it.
But I don't think they'll be causing any upsets here. North Melbourne are clicking into some nice form. If you look at their past month or so, they're in some nice form now.
Oh, the easiest draw in history, mate.
Yeah, good point. It is very easy drive. Tipped North by 20 points.
Yeah.
I think they'll have the capabilities to do it. I was watching them last night, albeit against Carlton, I know. But when they're playing good footy, they are a pretty impressive side, but they so often struggle with consistency through in the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And through a match, so they ebb and flow.
Even as simple as a match.
Yeah, but look, the Demons are equally inconsistent. Great to see them have a win, but I don't think they'll back it up.
No, they haven't won. Did they win 2 in a row the other week? I'm not sure. No, they had the Saints.
They beat us and then they...
No, they lost to the Saints by a lot, so they still haven't won 2 in a row since 2011.
Well, there you go. They're pretty inconsistent. Then.
Yeah, pretty much. Poor guys. North Melbourne by 26 points for me, though, matey. I think the D's will challenge them for various quarters, but I think North's class and finish will have them be too good for Melbourne. Quite a simple one there.
Yeah.
GWS and the Bombers. It's spotless. The Bombers are playing right now against the Dogs. Low scoring from last we checked. So how do we see this one?
Yeah, Giants for mine. I think the Bombers are just a out of flavour sort of team, aren't they? There's nothing...
Flavour, either one?
I don't know, yeah. Whatever I mean, I don't even know. But look, they're playing the youngsters, but also, trying some guys in different spots on the old. Are they going to be there? It's interesting little case, but I think the Giants will be good enough, and especially we touch on it all the time. They're a far better side up at Spotless, so
yeah, they certainly are.
Definitely take the edge through that midfield, I think.
Certainly, mate. Good stuff. I've gone with the Giants by 14 points as well, believe it or not. So we've both got the same margin.
Yeah, there you go.
Great minds think alike. I'm tipping it based on the venue, really, and I think that's both a big part of our tip. And Essendon are just a rabble at the moment, unfortunately, pending a result today. But
probably win.
Yeah, probably. I think GWS are a better side on this occasion. Spotless really helps their case enormously.
Yeah, for sure.
Securing 3-0 at Etihad Stadium. The last two results at Etihad Stadium have been the Saints absolutely smashing the Dockers. But one of them was when Fremantle were resting half their team, so interesting.
Look, mate, I don't see it panning out that way. I didn't even comprehend that. I think the Dockers will be comfortable winners by 32 points.
Yep.
Yeah, the Saints might be just tiring a little bit, I feel. It's they've shown some good signs. But, I don't know if Rewald will be back or not. But, look, they're coming to the end of a good season.
Yep.
But a few of those young guys might be tiring off. But I think the Dockers, they need to have a big win here and perform like they should. And, crazy result those last two, really. It's very interesting stuff.
Weird anomalies.
Yeah.
Fremantle needed top four consolidation, and they lost it by a lot.
Yeah, crazy stuff, but I don't think we'll see that result this time. Dockers for mine.
I wanted the Dockers by a goal. I think it'll be a bit of a closer one, but being an Etihad with the Saints, I reckon there's some weird mental thing with Ross Lyon up against his old side at Etihad Stadium. Indicative by the last two results. I think they'll win, but it's an intriguing one. Either the Saints hate Ross for leaving, or I know that shouldn't have any impact, but for some reason the last two being crazy, but need a bit more of a form guideline for that one, I think. But Dockers should be comfortable, even though they'll set a goal in it. But
they should.
They should. But the Suns drew with West Coast, and that shouldn't have happened.
It doesn't always go to plan, does it?
No, not for the last two times for us.
Well, we pick 9 every time.
That's right, mate. That's right. That's it. That's how it goes. But that's not how it goes for us. And when we tip, there you go. Those are our tips for round 19. Now, feel free to comment your tips, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and share around to all your mates as well, so they can chuck in their tips and see how you battle up against the tipping maestros. Even though we're not that good, but thanks for sticking around, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch us all next time.